It's gonna work. It's passable, okay? This isn't terrible. I mean, it's up to you, Fogel. This guy's either gonna think, here's another kid with a fake ID, or here's McLovin, the 25-year-old Hawaiian organ donor.
Ooh.
And now.
That's fun.
Talk and rock.
The Big Dumb Fun Show.
Hanging out with the Big Dumb Fun Show. We're here live Monday, 7 to 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. The rest of the week, check us out. We have our BigDumbFunShow.com where you can listen live. You can watch the show in replay or on demand. Friend, fan, or follow us on the MySpace, YouTube, and the Twitter. And, of course, we're on the Facebook.com/BigDumbFunShow.
I am such a fan of our next guest. His name's Richard Ankrom, and he's on the phone right now. Richard, welcome to the Big Dumb Fun Show. Can you hear us? Maybe he's not there anymore.
He doesn't love us.
Well, he was just on there a minute ago.
I mean, it says it's connected.
Not working all of a sudden.
Hello?
Because we were playing some audio through there just seconds ago. Right? Well, let me bring you up to speed while Guerrilla works on that. This guy, Richard Ankrom, he did what they like to call, well, you know what, I say they like to call it, but it's something that may have never been done before. At least it's called a guerrilla public service, where you'll notice this as you're driving around. There's a road sign in Kansas City. They're awful, especially the 13th and Main exit when you're on I-70. You're going down towards downtown. There's a sign that should totally be in a different location than it is. So this guy, what he did, he was in California, and he noticed this. He noticed that one of the signs on the 110 Pasadena freeway was completely incorrect. He took it upon himself to make a duplication of the type of sign that is made, and he took out a sheet metal and he created this entire. He created this. Now it's busy, but he created this entire art project around this, and then he.
But wait, there's more.
There's more. So it's not that he just creates all the stuff. He goes and he puts on, like, the orange vest. He puts on the hard hat. He gets the ladders out. He goes on the freeway in the middle of the 110 Pasadena freeway. And he goes and he puts up this art project.
Hey, he's on the phone.
Richard, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Well, thank you. Welcome.
Hello.
No?
Hello?
Hello. You're not there?
Hello?
You are there? Hello.
Hello there.
Oh.
Hello?
Can you hear us?
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right. Well,
Very good.
We're just talking. I just kind of gave a brief synopsis of exactly what you did. How long did this take you to come up with the design, and then get the sheet metal, and then make the sheet metal look exactly like what highway people make it look exactly like a highway sign? Yeah. And then how did this?
It took a week.
1 week.
Now, wait a second. For the uniform as well?
Yeah, I just went down to Home Depot and bought one.
Yeah, the uniform is just a hard hat and a vest. It's not like he was.
It's a little bit more involved than that, isn't it?
No, not really. I mean, I did do the homework, and they do wear slightly different vests with slightly different colors. But I made the assumption that since it would be close enough, and I was already up there in position, that they would just sort of ignore it.
Notice. How much did it cost you out of pocket to do that?
Out of pocket, probably like a couple of $100, maybe, most.
And you did this because?
Well, I did it basically as an art project. Because, I mean, how else could you do something that was beneficial right under everyone's nose and like make it fun all at the same time? I mean, so I just basically turned it into an art project.
In broad daylight, you dress up like a California Caltrans worker, and you go out over a busy freeway. I mean, it's a little dangerous, let alone whether you could be arrested or not. And you put up a piece of artwork that looked exactly like a Highway California sign, and it helped people so they could actually make that transition onto the 5 there.
That's correct. That's all correct.
And no
the
one
information
noticed it.
Well,
I mean,
actually,
they noticed
technically,
it like, oh, hey, I can make it.
Well, the Caltrans was working on the road when I did it. About 2 miles further up.
I did not know that.
You're a gangster.
Well, that didn't quite break out in the story overall. What I made the assumption, it's a large bureaucracy, I made the assumption there was more than one sign crew that maintained the signs. It turns out there's 3. So one hand didn't know what the other hand was doing. So if I just went up there and acted like I belonged there, I figured I wouldn't get in any trouble. I also made a fake invoice in case I was stopped by anybody, because I know they subcontract all this stuff out.
I just read a story of in Hamburg where a group of guys put up the Windows logo instead of at a brand new Apple store
before it opened.
And it pretty much the same thing. Where if you just look like
in
broad daylight, you look like you know what you're doing. People are just not going to ask any questions until after the fact. But I think the funniest part about your story is that nobody noticed until you leaked it to the news. Like, oh, hey, by the way, this is totally unapproved. What this street sign, this road sign over the interstate that people have been staring at for days now. That's totally. I just did that in an afternoon.
Yeah, you were breaking up there a little bit. I got most of it, but there was somebody else who did a great stunt. I think it was at the Super Bowl, and one of their techniques was just to show up with a clipboard. So if you look the part and act confident enough, I mean, I think it's possible. And besides, it looks like there's somebody doing the work, I mean, would you automatically come up and question them what they were doing?
No. I think
Does anybody really do that?
The most suspicious thing was that there was a worker out there that was actually working.
Yes, that's true. That may arouse suspicion. Yeah.
And your website is ankrom.org, ANKROM.org. You've actually done other art projects since then. This really kind of propelled you into the spotlight, correct?
Yes, it helped. I've been making art off and on all my life. I just happened to drive under that section of the freeway after I'd gotten lost there years before, and I realized why I'd gotten lost. And the more I thought about it, and since I'm in the sign business, I make signs for a living, it's not really a stretch to make the thing. The technical information on what it's made out of and how it's made is all online. So I just followed directions and made it as identical as I could so it would pass the test, it would be safe and effective.
Now,
and that
Richard,
was part of the...
Do you have any upcoming Guerrilla public service projects you want to tease, or are we just going to have to wait and check out your website?
Nothing you can say.
Well, there is some stuff online. I've been experimenting with a flag with extra stars on it since there are new acquisitions, and I've been putting those up along the Mexican-American war timeline because it's all part of Manifest Destiny.
Richard Ankrom, thank you very much for joining us on the Big Dumb Fun Show. Ankrom.org.
Thank you.